Well, hello there, everybody. I'm Tanya Lee of Harmonia, and we are here for the mid-month check-ins. And this month, the fire signs get the public access to their mid-month for December because, well, we're still in Sagittarius season, and happy birthday out there to our Saggies. If you're interested in the other placements, zodiac signs, they're going to be found over at Harmonia Friends Club, my membership area, where they are already available in the All Signs mid-month, time-stamped and ready for you to review if you feel guided to go over at Harmonia Friends Club. All right, let's get started. Let's see the energy here for the fire signs before we break into Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. We're going to see where you are on the Fool's journey, and that could also be a specific role because the court cards are in this one as well. And we're going to get situated here. Here we go. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, if we can hone in onto our lovely fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Where are they at right now for the mid-months here for December's energy? Here we go. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. The Queen of Cups. Interesting enough, this card came up from the last All Signs weekly energy, the Queen of Cups. And I went into great detail about her, but the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you may have this in your chart as well. But if you were showing up as the Queen of Cups, this is a very different Queen of Cups than we typically see when we compare it to something like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But this queen is not sitting there at her throne, staring at her cup and just having the closed chalice. This queen looks like she's having the time of her life. She's in celebration. Her cup is wide open, and she's dancing around, looking like she's having a really, really good time. Typically, the Queen of Cups is someone who's very compassionate, loving. People just love to be around the Queen of Cups. And she's a really good listener. She's very empathetic. And, well, some of the adverse sides of her is, well, she tends to let her emotions sometimes, if she does not express them in a sense that is healthy, get bottled up. They tend to hide. The same thing with the king as well. But it's because they have been through their emotions and they understand how to, detach a little bit. But sometimes if they get too compassionate or empathetic or try to be the bigger person than the others, then it can get bottled up, whether that is in anger or sadness or moodiness. But this queen, she looks like she's having a good time. Okay. So there's something in this level here of celebration, happiness. Okay. Let's see what angel numbers are with you for the rest of the month here. Oh, I'm going to pull this up. I didn't realize my camera was shut down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Confidence. 909. Things are moving and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risk. Well, it is a lot of nines. But if it's asking here for confidence, and this almost is like a level here of celebration or excitement, but you might be trying to amp yourself up. Kind of like they're showing it in, think of a sport where they might be nervous, right? So they pump them up with the cheering and the cheerleaders, but then, they get themselves here where they're jumping up and down and getting ready for the game, but that's their nerves. And so, our body does not necessarily know the difference, fire signs, of excitement and fear. It's on the same line. That's part of universal law. So there's something here about faking it till you make it. But you're realizing here that you got to do something with this energy. You got to be on the move to build your confidence. Okay. Let's see what the challenge is going in for the rest of the month. What is the challenge here? Oh, divine timing. 10. Yeah, look at this. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to pretend I'm not attached to this. I intuitively feel like something is coming closer. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling good, but also there's also fear here that you're not going to get something. Or it's luck too. You think about the lotto, you put your numbers, you get excitement, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win each time. So there's something here, fire signs, that you're learning to detach from, but still be happy anyways. Okay. How's the universe here supporting our fire signs? Wow. The King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, this could be another person who's supporting you in that sense, an advisor, someone here who knows to detach from their emotions. And I do have a theory that the King and the Queen of Swords used to be the King and Queen of Cups. They have had some losses. But if this is you, this is spirit saying, you're very well balanced with your emotions, and the support here is that you can rationalize. You can cut the illusion real quick. You know your limits too when it comes to celebration. You're not going to overindulge. You're not going to overdo it here for this month or the rest of the month. So there's something here about being in the present energy here and being confident that what is here for you will be there for you when it's ready. That's going to be significant for you. All right, we're going to break out into each individual sign now. We're going to start off with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is up. Let me just timestamp this. Reversals are now up, and these cards here are going to play out. What is Sagittarius walking into for the rest of the month? What is Saggy walking into for the rest of the month? Here we go. Artesian of Winter of Pentacles. So many court cards here. It really is. The Ace of Wands. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Ooh, and the Two of Wands here reversed. Well, Saggy, here's the good thing. I do feel like you are keeping busy, being very practical, could even be preparing for holidays. But there is something here that is coming up that you're realizing as time goes by, as the days go by, that as you don't see it, because the thing is you don't see it coming, you're preparing for it, which is really interesting. It's almost like you're preparing for a guest or preparing to receive. And this is really, really helping you, because every time that you get some kind of rejection from here on out for this month, you're going to take an opportunity here to check in with yourself and say, what is this inspiring me to do next? What should I be focusing on next in the absence of why this isn't here or why this is not ready? And there's something here that at one point, when you looked out that window, when you were trying to see how everything fell in place, whether that's a windfall of money or a person's coming back or trying to obtain a specific goal or even education, there's something here where you're tired of doing things by the books. And so you're inspired here to take a different direction. You're utilizing your energy in a different way. All right. What is the response here of how you're doing that? We have the Apprentice here of Winter of Cups. Interesting. Oh my God. Look at all of the court cards that you have. Now we have here the Knight of Cups here reversed. You are disappointed because there is some disappointment here that first, I mean, it's almost like as the days go by, you're disappointed from either not hearing some kind of news, receiving some kind of gesture, or something's not taking off. But this disappointment here is that you're rewriting on how you look at it. So it's almost like you're taking an affirmation and changing it all around. It's like, how can I make this work out for me? Remember, the support here is the King of Swords. Now, the support could also be that somebody here is also mentoring you or reminding you that, hey, you got to detach from this and you're really supposed to be focused on something else and leave this be and trust that the universe will bring it into your life if it needs to be, or it's bringing in something better. The bigger opportunity here for you is the Nine of Winter Pentacles. What's going to be so wild about this is that you are going to get an unexpected windfall of independence, feeling less dependent on a scenario or something to come in. It's like you're stabilizing other things in your life while this is happening for you, Sagittarius, which is a beautiful thing. If you get the Nine of Pentacles, it's a card here of stability, it's security. It's also another nine. And I just feel like here, remember, you got 909 here. So it's a completion. So this is you living life and going ahead and enjoying it regardless of receiving what you actually asked for. Okay, this is also trusting the universe. The bigger meaning here for you, Sagittarius, the Master of Winter Pentacles. Now look at this. Look at this. This is full alignment. Now, I don't feel like we have so many court cards here, but I don't feel like this is another individual. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but let's keep this to you. Your masculine and feminine energy, and we all carry it, is going to be super aligned this month, but it's in the feminine energy of being open to receive and preparing and getting excited. But while something is not here, you are working on something else that lights you up. Whether that's a new idea, whether that's hanging out with people here that you just enjoy. This is an entirely different atmosphere. It's allowing you a space here to integrate both of them. Now, if this is with another individual here that you are anticipating, and I really feel like this is more of the King of Swords energy here, anticipating here of some knowledge from them. This is a person here who's going to give you practical advice, but also validate some of the changes that you have been making. And some of you, this is a mentor or a really good friend here that you can have that support to. But there's also some of you that have an individual here that you're expecting a reunion, a return. And this is the universe saying it's played its cycle, but be open to a relationship here that does support you and is actually what you've been asking for right now, because the universe will only give you what you can handle, Saggy. So there's something here about developing or integrating that relationship, realizing how stable you are. And I really want to say it's this individual who's portraying that. Final advice here for you, Sagittarius, before we move on to Aries. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Pentacles comes out again. Ooh, this is just validation. This is about your stability. This is about being very practical and grounded. And look at this. You got the Knight of Cups here. Okay. Take this opportunity of space, of detachment, of love to allow something else to come in that is going to make you feel very grounded. And some of you, this is your own damn cup. Okay. This is self-love. All right. But it's ability here to have compassion. All right. That's what I got here for you, fire signs. I'm sorry, Sagittarius. If this resonated for you, go ahead and hit like, comment below. We're going to move on to Aries next. Don't forget, Sagittarius, you have more messages over at Harmonia Friends Club. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on for you for the rest of the month of December. Here we go. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh, look at that. Love. Ace of Wands. Oh my God, getting chills. 2 aces. What in the world? And the Initiate of Winter of Wands, which is kind of got the page energy here. Wow. Aries. This is that energy of celebrate it as though it's already here. And guess what? This is a very good time for you to be open to receive, because whatever's coming your way is going to make you feel like a damn kid again. Like a damn kid again. Now, some of you, this is a relationship, could be with the King of Swords here, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but others of you, this could be someone here who's encouraging you, who is buying something from you. Because if some of you are entrepreneurs, okay. But here's the thing. This is a generous offer you're about to receive, a really generous offer, because it allows you, it's almost like, I feel like Aries goes, you pick me? You're picking me this month? And this individual is like, of course I pick you. Like, it's a no-brainer. I pick you. And it's unconditional love. And it's, I trust you with what you are offering me. And wow. Are you nervous? Hell yeah. Okay. But you also have this excitement that makes you feel like a kid again, that you can just draw because you're doing something for the love of it, which is a really amazing energy to have. And some of you, this could even be a leader of some sort. If you're just at a corporate job where, you are maybe haven't really been given the reins, and this person here is allowing you to go full on. Like, it's like, no, I trust you, go for it, just see what happens. But it's something that's new for you. It's like, really? Look at that. 4 winter wands. Be prepared, because this is a really exciting time for Aries. This is massive celebration. Someone here is so excited for what you're about to create. And if this is a relationship, it's just someone here who adores and loves you and is ready to start over or ready to initiate this relationship here with you. But again, it's childlike energy, and Christmas may be a significant day for you that comes up for those of you who celebrate on there, but it could just be the holiday spirit. The bigger opportunity here, the choice. I think there's a part of you that has really been this Aries has been really working hard on themselves, but this person here has been watching you. Look at that. See how they have a sword. All right. This individual here has been evaluating with you. But see, you've had this candle lit the whole time because you trusted this. And even though you may have hoped or prayed for this to some extent, you didn't chase this. This is how you know this is for you. You didn't chase this. You were just really confident in who you were and just allowed it to be open, to receive, to do something for the love of it. Gemini energy now. We've got another 4 here with the 4 of winter swords here reverse. There's going to be some nervous jitters here because this has been in hibernation for a really long time. And so some of you are doing something, for the love of it, but at the same time, it's like, I haven't felt this way in a really long time. So I'm afraid to feel this way, that it's going to be taken away, or I'm going to mess this up, or it's just going to repeat the same cycle again. So there's going to be some nerves here of heartbreak. 4 swords here minus that is a 3 of swords. It's just fear of rejection, that someone here is going to reject you, and that's understandable, especially if this is new love, or you trying to reconcile, or if this is you trying to make a name for yourself in work. What advice do we have for this Aries for the rest of the month? There's going to be a lot of opportunities here that come in a storm. And you may feel a little bit overwhelmed because there's a little bit of like where you could see, it's like, oh, I can see that, or I can see myself doing that. There's options here, but there's also overwhelming. There's like an overwhelming need to reflect, to assess. Take your time. Oh my gosh. Because this next one is a ginormous move. This is just the stepping stone for this month. I can't wait to see what your January readings are going to be. But with Cancer energy, it says this is actually setting you in motion, because what you choose to put your time and effort into with whatever you're creating, whether it's with this person or for this person, however it comes out, it's going to open up more opportunities this month. And it's going to be towards the end of the month, which you're going to have to pick one. And it's going to basically take you energetically in a big move. Some of you, this is an entire relocation. Okay. A brand new start. Others of you, this could be a change of occupation. So keep that in mind. All right, that's what I have here for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget there's more messages over at Harmonia Friends Club. Would love to see you there. There's an entire vault of breathing readings over there. But if not, we're going to move on to Leo. Leo is next. All right, my lions, my lionesses. Let's see how the rest of December is looking for you. What are you about to walk into? Reversals are now up. Here we go. We have the Two of Winter of Wands. We have the Winter Devil. I think it's the first time I got in this Devil card. Capricorn energy. This is here reversed. Oh, look at this. Something's come full circle. Congratulations. You got the Wheel of Fortune twice. That is big news. This is big news. My fire signs all got amazing readings here, and not to be taken lightly. There is an opportunity here. Now, this opportunity here could be with a karmic scenario or situation. It takes two. It takes two, but it's toxicity that you are choosing to look at differently. Now, some of you are with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, or it could even be Capricorn here, but the two of you are in this together. And there is something where I feel you're going to be walking into this and treating it entirely different. It's almost like you run into somebody this month and you're like, bam, well, I didn't anticipate that. I didn't expect this conversation. But whatever this run-in is an unexpected run-in with a person or an unexpected topic that comes up between you and another that tends to be toxic, tends to be something you ruminate on, tends to be in the lower vibration. And it could also be something that keeps going back and forth of avoidance. Somebody here plays avoidance. And I'm not putting in any like that's you or another person, because it can go both ways. All right. But there is an attachment that this is something that you go through with another individual, and something's about to change in a huge way. We have the Wheel of Fortune here twice. Now, this goes really deep, because when I see the home here and the working mill, there's something here that has really been within your home environment that you have repeated. Now, this home environment could also be a working mill, meaning it could be a community situation, it could be a work situation, but something here is making you evaluate or run into something and treat it differently again. And it happens in this environment, however this environment may be. It's almost like and I'll give an example of this, Leo. Let's say you were at a job, you leave a job, and you're like, oh, I left that job because the people there were toxic and blah, blah, blah. And, it was time for me to move on. So then you move on And then you're at the new job, and then you slowly start to realize the same characters come in place. So it's like, did I learn the lesson? Why is this showing up again for me? And you're literally asking yourself, why is this showing up again for me? Again, you have the Queen of Cups energy here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who's very loving, but you also tend to sometimes, because if it's the adverse side of her, it doesn't matter if you're her or he, but when it says here, things are moving and you need to make a decision, act with confidence and take risks. There's a situation where you're going to have to trust your gut versus trying to look at it as like, is this my feelings or another individual's feelings? And am I playing victim to it, or are they playing victim to it? So you're going to have to trust your gut what the first feeling comes up, if it's yours or not, and trust it. Two of Wands here. Look at this. The Five of Winter Swords. An unexpected conversation here that you thought was dead, or you thought you weren't going to repeat again. And Spirit's like, well, yeah, but here's your shot to handle something differently. See, before you had to walk away from a scenario that felt like unfinished business. You felt like there was no fight in this that you could really, have any kind of win. But this one is about being rooted and trusting that you did the right thing anyway, because I feel like there's some guilt or shame that comes up with this for walking away or leaving a scenario. And I gave the job situation, but this could also be a relationship or, like I said, unfinished business or something you've been putting off with another. The bigger meaning of this devil energy. Here we go. We have the Page of Wands energy, the initiate of Winter of Wands, which is that fiery energy, Leo, that is holding on to you. So this is a deep childhood, inner childhood wound. Some of you had to face very strict parenting, or parents who weren't there and you crave to have some kind of structure, but it also really didn't allow you to be free and playful in whatever you created, because the structure here is that I'm allowed to create. And the bigger meaning here is that whatever this run-in is to view and see how your child, your inner child, is reacting. Now, some of you are seeing this child literally as your own child, or you're dealing with that. Okay. It could be an ex that you're dealing with parental rights with. The bigger opportunity here for you. There you are. The Master of Winter Cups. Again, beautiful alignment with this. And I really feel like this is your alignment. You're going to pass this test in a huge way. You're going to see a person for what they are. You're going to also see that this person here also has inner child wounds. But the difference between you and this individual, or even if this is a new person that's coming up, it's being an old trigger, is that you handle it differently and you handle it with confidence. That's the big thing. There's no guilty feeling or shameful feeling. It's just trusting your gut of why something's happening, being very intuitive, but having that authority here of trust and faith, and a lot of love and compassion and forgiveness, and not necessarily forgiving others for absolutely everything that they've done wrong, because, I'm never going to condone that in any sense. But this is for forgiveness for you of how far you have come. So there's just something coming up that you're going to have a deja vu moment, treat it differently. And man, are you going to pass the test here? Advice here for you, what this is going to allow for you. Look at that. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is a mother wound. But this is stability. This is being very practical. It's investing wisely, nurturing. And if you think of a mother, it's also reprimanding to extent here of like, hey, I'm not going to be treated this way, or they have to learn. So there's a very nurturing and caring feeling that is coming out throughout this aspect, but it's allowing you to be more stable to the core. You're investing way more wisely when it comes to connections and what you promise in other connections as well. Okay. So this is what it's inviting into you. Okay. Solid, grounded stability. That's amazing. combined here with the Four of Wands. So, yeah, it's just like you're setting this in the stone, and how that's going to show up is going to be different for everybody. For those of you, if it's something new and you pass the test, it could just show you that you now have better boundaries. You now know what to ask for when you need something. You know, some of you have a hard time asking for help. Others of you, this could be, if this is a connection here, it's two individuals seeing the sign and saying, hey, you know, you either love it or you don't, but this is who I am, and this is what I trust it is. Are you in it with me, or are you not? So there is union here, and I think for a lot of you, this is inner union. And that's what I got. All right, we're going to move on to the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And that is going to be over at Harmonia Friends Club. Like I said, Leo, if this resonated for you, go ahead and comment below. Don't forget you have more messages over at Harmonia Friends Club, because I don't just do all signs mid-month check-ins. I also do timeless reading, and each zodiac sign gets their own reading for that month, even though it's timeless. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I get to see you on the other side. But if not, this is where we part ways. Take care and have a good month.